Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my class on business analytics, where I'm going to discuss very important question. This question came in 2018. Okay, and this question was about optimal solution, determination of optimal solution under modified distribution method. So the other name of modified distribution method is UV method. This question came for 10 marks. Okay, everyone. So we'll solve this question. This is a problem of transportation method problem. In whenever we are trying to solve a transportation method problem, we can find the initial basic feasible solution by northwest corner method, or we can use Vogel approximation method or matrix minima method. But the initial basic feasible solution what we get by solving it may not be optimal solution. In order to work on optimality, we use modified distribution method. Now, this problem, if you see this problem, it came in June, July 2018, and you can see this problem. In this problem, so this problem that you need to solve this problem by VAM method. VAM method is Vogel approximation method, and then you need to see the test of solution for optimization. You need to test the solution what you get for optimization. This question came for 10 marks. So we'll solve this problem. So first we'll try to determine the initial basic feasible solution by Vogel approximation method. So when you are solving the problem, you need to make sure that the total sum of demand should be equal to the total sum of supply. So here if you see the total sum of demand is 1200, and here if you see this is 600 plus 600, 1200. So you can see total demand supply sum is 1200. So you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to create additional row or column here. Total sum of supply and demand here is 1200. That part is done for you. So if we are using Vogel approximation method, then we need to create penalty. So row wise and column wise, we need to create penalty. Row wise and column wise, we need to create penalty. Okay. So like how to create the penalty. If you've seen previous videos and all, you know how to create penalty. So find out the minimum element in the row or column, subtract that from the next minimum element. So 3 minus 2, 1, then 3 minus 1, 2, then here 5 minus 3, 2, then here 4 minus 2, 2. Now row wise, 3 minus 1, 2, then 5 minus 2, 3, then 3 minus 2, 1. So out of these penalty values, what you get, find the penalty which is maximum. So the penalty which is maximum is 3. So means now you do allocation on that row or column. So how you do the allocation? Find the minimum element. So the minimum element here is in that row, second row is 2. So I'll do allocation on that. So this will be 250. So 250 can be allocated, and this one 400 will become 150, and this will cannot do anything. This column. This is done, guys. This is done. Now I'll find the penalty. Second penalty. So now this column done. This column 2. This column 2. This column 2. This row 4 minus 1 3. This is 6 minus 5 1. This is 3 minus 2 1. So the largest penalty is 3. Out of all, you can see the largest one is 3. Now I'll get into that row. So the first row, so the smallest element is 1. So supply is 300, and the demand is 350. So you can put is 300. Cannot put anything here. This become 50. This is dead. No, 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 no. This is still no. This become 50. So this is still active. Okay, this becomes 300 done. Do any allocation. Clear? Now what? Now again, find the third time penalty. Third time, if you find the penalty, this is done. This is 6 minus 3, 3, 5 minus 3, 2, 9 minus 2, 7. Then third penalty, this is done. Then this is 1. This is done. This is 1. So the largest one is 7. So now we'll do this column. The smallest element is 2. So the maximum you can put is 200. Then nothing can you put for 9. This 200, this 500 will become 3. Left will be 300. Now penalty 4. Penalty 4. This is done. This will be 1. This is 0. 3 minus 3. Penalty 4. This is done. This is 3. This is 2. So the largest one is 3. So the smallest element there is 3. How much you can put? This left is 300. 300 is left. And this is 50. So how much you can put? 50. This is done. This nothing can be done. This left will be 350. No, so this will be 250 is left. Correct. So now you can see, guys, how much is left. This is 5 and 3. So 150 you'll put on this, 250 you'll put on this. So you don't have to do this manual work. This is 250 and this will be 150. That allocation will be. So if you see row wise and column wise, you can check 250 first column, second column 350, third column 400, fourth column 200, first row 300, first row 300, yeah, second row 400, yeah, third row 300 and 500. Done everyone. So this is the final solution. Okay, this is your final solution by transportation problem. Any doubt, anyone? Anyone, any doubt? So let me give you the final, the solution, what we get. So the solution, what we get, you can see if I, this is 3174, 3174, this is 3174, 2659, 2659, then 8332, 8332. If I see the solution, guys, solution, this is one, first row only 300, first row was 300, 300, 300 is allocated, first row 300, first row 300, second row 250, 250, 250, 250, then 250, then 5 150, and 5 150, 5 150, 5 150, 5 150, 250, 5 150. So second row you can see the sum is 400. Done. Third row, third row, third row, third row, the sum, third row, the sum is 50, 250. Third row, the sum, if you see, 50, 3 is 50, 3 is 50, 3 is 50, then 3 is 250, then 3 is 250, and then 2 is 200, then 2 is 200. This all allocation is done. So first row, the total sum should be 300, yes. Second row, 400, yes. Third row, 500, yes. First column, 250, yes. Second column, 350, yes. Third column, 400, yes. Fourth column, 200, yes. So this is your final allocation as per the VAM method, Vogel approximation method. This is the allocation what you get. If you want, you can do the test of degeneracy here. The test of degeneracy, I hope you remember from last so many classes, I'm discussing the test of degeneracy. So the test of degeneracy says that the total number of allocation, that should follow the rule m plus n minus 1 rule. So the m means total number of column. So here 4 columns are there. N means total number row, 3 row minus 1. Means there should be 6 allocation. There should be 6 allocation. It means there should be 6 allocation. So if you count, you have 6 allocation. So test of degeneracy. So means the allocation, the solution is non-degenerate. Okay, so the solution is non-degenerate. So now guys, if you see, this is U1, this is U2, U3, this is V1. You write this. Now, if I want to test the optimal solution, now I'm trying to test the optimal solution. The solution what I get is optimal or not. So now I'm trying to do the test of optimality. Now I'm doing the test of optimality. Now I'm doing the test of optimality. So if I do test of optimality, row wise, we write U1, U2, U3 like this. We assign the values for the row, and column wise, we write V1, V2, V3 for columns. Or for row, we write U1, U2, U3 for row. Okay. Then out of these rows and column, see that row or column which have maximum allocation. First row has 1 allocation, second row 2 allocation, third row 3 allocation, first column 1 allocation, second column 2 allocation, third column 2 allocation, fourth column 1 allocation. See which row or column has a maximum allocation. So you can see that third row has maximum allocation. So let put that whichever you see field, put that equal to 0. Okay, put that equal to 0. So then we'll use the formula for occupied cell. Then we use the formula that for occupied cells, use the formula called Cij is equal to Ui plus Vj. So for occupied cell, use this formula called Cij. Cij means cost element for that row. Ui means the corresponding u value for that cell, and vj means corresponding with element for that occupied cell. So you understand, this is like, this is a12. So a12 means a12, the cost element. If I say for the cell a12, the cost element of that is 1. A ui is what? Ui for that is U1, and Vj for that is V2. I hope you understand it. Like this you have to do. First, you know that out of U1, U2, U3, V1, V2, V3, V4, for UV method, one of that is put 0. So I put U3 0. So automatically I can find V2 value, that is 3. This is 3, this is 2. How? Because you understand, if C3 2, C32, the third row, second column is U3 plus V2. So C32 is 3, U3 is 0, so V2 will be 2, 3. So what if U3 is 0? So what is the cost element? The same value the V will get. Simple. Once you're done with this, you can find the value of this U2. How will you find the U2? See that A23. If you see the cell 23, so you have U2 plus V3. So C23, the cost element for that is 5. U2 we don't know, V3 you know already is 3. So U2 I'll get the value equal to, you'll get the U2 value equal to 2. Similarly, I can find the U1 value. U1 value will be minus 2. How you get? You see, no, U1 value. How will you get the U1 value? You can do it very easily, guys. Use the same formula. So C12 first row, second column. So that is U1 plus V2. C12 is 1. Cost element is 1. U1 you don't know, and V2 you got is plus 3. So U1 will be equal to 1 minus 3. So you can understand this. Fine. Similarly, I can find V1 equal to 0. So once you get this, guys, so for unoccupied cell, for the unoccupied cell, for the unoccupied cells, use a formula Cij minus Ui plus Vj. For the unoccupied cell, you can use this formula and you see, are you getting positive value everywhere? So if you get positive value everywhere, means your solution is optimal. Okay, so unoccupied cells, which are unoccupied cells? This is unoccupied cell, 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 this is unoccupied cell. So for all this cell, use the formula, guys. If you see the cost here is 3, and ui plus vj, that is 0 minus 2 is minus 3, minus 2, 0 minus 2 minus 2. So 3 minus minus 2 means positive. You'll get positive, means fine. Then you see this 3 minus 2 1, 7, 7 minus 1 positive. Then you see this cost is 4, 2 minus 2 0, 4 minus 0 positive. Then 3 3 3 plus 2 5, 6 minus 5 positive. Okay, then 2 plus 2 4, 9 minus 4 positive. Then here this is 0, this is 0, this is 0, 8 minus 0 0 positive. Means the solution what you get, guys, is the optimal solution. You see that for unoccupied cell, use this formula Cij minus ui plus vj. See the solution for the unoccupied cell. If you see, guys, for unoccupied cell, you are getting positive value. So if you're getting positive value, means your allocation is optimal. Any doubt, anyone? Ashwini Srinivas, any doubt? So once you've done this, then if you get all positive, means your solution is optimal. So if your solution is optimal, so you can find the optimal cost, which is your total cost, optimal cost. So your optimal cost is equal to 1 into 300 plus 2 into 250 plus 5 into 150 plus 3 into 50 plus 3 into 250 plus 2 into 200. Find the optimal cost. This is 300 plus 500 plus 150 into 5, 750 plus 150 plus 253 is 26, 750 plus 400. So do the sum of this, guys, you'll get the optimal cost. This is 800, 800 plus 400, 1200. 800 plus 400, 1200. 1200 plus 1500. This is 2700 plus 150. This you'll get 2850. That is your optimal cost. Any doubt, anyone? Any doubts, Srinivas? So I hope guys you have understood what all we have done in this class. So we have basically discussed in this class the problem which came for 10 marks. Okay, for the subject called business and ethics in the year 2018. This was 10 marks problem where we need to find the optimal solution by using modified distribution method. So we got the initial basic feasible solution by Vogel approximation method, and then we use the test of optimality. And once we found the optimal solution, that gave us the answer. So this much from today for this class. We'll continue discussion tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye.